Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match reaction. Everton 3, Leeds United 0 at Goodison Park. That sounds so good to say those words. The Blues have got a win in the Premier League at last, and it was a fantastic day at Goodison Park. The atmosphere was excellent today. Before the game, there was obviously a nervousness around the place, but obviously people have brought flags and banners, and it worked. It kicked the atmosphere off, which encouraged the players. The manager went to a 4-4-2, the much maligned 4-4-2. Duncan Ferguson had played that a couple of weeks ago and people weren't happy with it. But people like Atletico Madrid play Diego Simeone and things like that. So it does work. You've just got to have the players to do it, and the players have got to buy in. And every single one of those players did buy in today. And we saw a brilliant performance. We saw an outstanding, battling performance that you wanted to see. And then we had the quality at the top end of the pitch to do the damage. John Joe Kenny played at left back. Obviously, Everton suffering more injuries in the week. So John Joe Kenny played at left back, and Alex Iwobi come in, which a lot of people were a little bit surprised with. But you know what? Those two players were fantastic today. Absolutely magnificent, the pair of them. Ran the socks off. Kenny was brilliant. He was up against Rafinha, who I think is a fantastic player, in that first half. And in the second half, Jack Harrison was over there for a little bit. He switched play a few times, switched over and got people in those areas. And Kenny just dealt with it. Luke Ayling, who I think is underrated, is another one you've got to keep quiet. And Kenny and Iwobi between them managed to do that. So, the first half, Everton started off quickly out the block. Something that Rafa Benitez just couldn't get into his head was how quick you have to start games, how important it is to get on the front foot. And where Everton were frantic and frenetic the other night at Newcastle and give the ball away, they were anything but today. Donny van der Beek made his full debut in midfield alongside Allen, and he was marvellous. It's so cool, calm and collected in possession, and worked his socks off. But Everton had a chance in the opening 30 seconds. Anthony Gordon took a touch and the chance had gone. It was a good sliding challenge, put him off. But if he'd just hit it first time, he may have put Everton ahead then. But, they didn't let it get them down. They pressed Leeds, put Leeds under loads of pressure early on. We're getting shots away and took the lead with, it was actually a really good move. It was a brilliant move. And there was a nice little round the corner to Richarlison. He slid it across the box, and from where I was sitting, Dominic Calvert-Lewin had to score. And there was, again, another great tackle, but it looped back towards the goal, and Seamus Coleman followed it in brilliantly, bravely, to head Everton in front. And he deserved that. As I've said before, with Seamus, yes, his time is coming to an end, absolutely. It isn't his attitude lets him down, it's his body at times. But you know what, today, he was brilliant, and that was brave. Put his head in where it hurt and give Everton the lead. And we built on it. Leeds were, every time they got the ball, we pressed them, made it difficult for them. And they just keep doing what they do, and full credit to them for that. But Everton just were hungrier today. The way Newcastle seemed hungrier than us the other night, Everton were hungrier than Leeds today, and got a second goal, done really well, forced the corner. Anthony Gordon puts a great corner in. And I just said to people around me, Mike, it's about time Michael Keane scored one of these. And in he went with a bullet header into the back of the net to make it 2-0. And that, I don't know what Paul Clement's doing in training, but that's 3 set-piece goals. Well, 4, I guess, if you include Mason Holgate, or the own goal the other night came from a set-piece. But, 3 corners that we've scored from in 2 home games. And it was a great header by Michael Keane. Towering header, roof of the net, to put Everton firmly in command. And truth be told, Everton could have had 5 or 6 goals in that first half. Meslier made 2 brilliant saves. One from Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who spun round the corner. It's a cross shot, which he tipped round the post, and he did another good save from Richarlison. He was, he done really well for Leeds. And Everton were attacking, pressing. Alex Iwobi working so hard. Every one of them worked to a man. Can't fault any of them. They were all brilliant. Leeds could have got themselves back in the game. Rodrigo with one dip and volley against the crossbar, top of the bar, and came out. And then another one in first half injury time. Just about a minute after Everton had the chance to go 3-0 up, Leeds broke quickly. And again, Rodrigo found a bit of space, and he was so unlucky. He curled it with his left foot, which hit the underside of the bar and came out. So a little bit of rub of the green that we've needed. We got in our first half, but it would have been harsh on Everton to go in anything other than a couple of goals to the good. Second half, again, a boost. At half-time, Rafinha went off for Leeds. They made the double change at the break. And Everton just totally commanded the game. We allowed Leeds to keep playing their football, which they did do to their credit. And you have to give credit to their fans as well. They didn't shut up all day, even a 3-0 down. At the end, he was still singing. So fair play to them. And fair play to Bielsa's team, because they did just keep passing and keep going for it. But Everton worked so hard and a real threat on the counter-attack. When you've got players like Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who led the line superbly well today, Richarlison, who's always a threat. We had Van der Beek today, Iwobi, who'd even had a shot in the first half, which isn't like him. When you've got that Anthony Gordon, you've got those players doing that. Mason Holgate, I thought, was brilliant today. No nonsense, no messing around. And I thought it was dead interesting, him at times telling everyone to calm down, which was exactly what it needed. Sometimes we were a little bit getting excited, and it was just like, take the sting with a head, take the sting out the game. And I thought he'd done that brilliantly, and just superb. We got the third goal. Richarlison, I thought had scored, so did the Gladys Street. He had a shot, some good play over on the wing actually, and he runs across the line, hits a shot. It hits Anthony Gordon and goes beyond Meslier, to put the cherry on the top of the cake, really. But he was brilliant as well. So, I'm sitting here saying he was brilliant, he was brilliant, he was brilliant. Even the subs, Frank Lampard made a couple of changes. Dele came on, and I thought he'd done well. Put one unbelievable ball in to another sub, Solomon Rondon, who was literally today done what he was brought into the club to do. When Dominic Calvert-Lewin has put a shift in, and you're trying to preserve him, put another fella on who can go, with his back to goal. Dele had come on and had played that role alongside Richie and won a few headers and tried to hold it up. But then the manager gave Richie a little bit of a break near the end, and Rondon come up and almost came up with a volley. Great ball from Dele. I was right behind it. It curled brilliantly. Lovely volley and a brilliant save from Meslier to keep the score at 3-0. And we also saw Anwar El Ghazi get on the pitch as well for some minutes late on. So a fantastic performance from Everton, a fantastic result, a big pressure game today. A lot of people had written Everton off, and I'm talking about Evertonians, but the people in the ground, the people around the ground, lads and girls who brought flags and banners, and everybody in there played the part, singing for the majority of the game. Yes, there was moments when it was quiet, there always will be, but in general, backing the team, and we got our reward today, and it makes a huge difference. The energy that the players displayed. So full credit to Frank Lampard and all the coaching staff this week for picking them up after what was a very disappointing and poor result at Newcastle. But it was outstanding today, and everyone, the crowd, deserve the pat on the back. I give the crowd man of the match. I thought about giving it to the crowd, but I'm going to give it to John Joe Kenny, because I thought Donny van der Beek was brilliant today, and Alex Iwobi was fantastic, and I feel a little bit sorry not giving it to Iwobi, because there hasn't been many times I've been able to sit here and say he was man of the match, but he was brilliant today. But I think John Joe Kenny overall, playing out of position, was fantastic, so he just shades it for me today. But in truth, I could have probably give it to 8 or 9 of them, and that's what we need. If we're going to get ourselves away from the mess we've put ourselves in, we need that application. So there it is. That's my match reaction. I'm absolutely delighted. It's a Saturday night. Everton have won and deserve to win as well. So there you go. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. If you want more videos, join us on Patreon. Otherwise, have a fantastic weekend. See you later.